Alright, so welcome back to your channel, Princess It, the channel with legitimacy of updates and information that could give you the required details that you need to have at a time like this. We welcome you to Princess It channel. Today is the 29th of April 2025, and this information might be such as will bless your spirit. In case you're new here and you've not subscribed to the channel, kindly do so for onward updates. Pay attention to this detail. Thank you.
Those of you who love the elder statesman, those of you who love Reverend Dr. Bartholomew Agbochano, those of you who have decided to close your eyes to whatever flaws of people may deem around me, you have decided to follow me. It is for your sake I am coming out this morning to give an address. God bless you. Some 3 days back, I disciplined my Commandant General in person of pharmacist Hilary Ejiofor. And after disciplining him, so many appeals began to come that I should reconsider my stand. I am going to reconsider my stand for 2 strong reasons. Number 1, I know that if not all of you, majority of you love this young man, pharmacist Hilary Ejiofor, and when you are leading people, you should not consider yourself alone. You consider the people you are leading, know the positionings of their minds and interests. Some few people may be in tune with what I have done, but what I have discovered is a lot of you, majority of you, would want me to reverse my decision. And in such a situation, if you have an establishment, a company, if you have an association where people love your officials, you are very, very well good to go. Point number 2, I like pharmacist Hilary Ejiofor for one thing. He is very humble. He is very humble. For these 2 reasons, I can't but reconsider my stand on the discipline action that I have meted upon him. However, I would like to stress some points that led to the decision that I took. You know, I decided to just come up on the surface. There were things that led me into taking the decision that I took. And this should be a lesson for all of us. When you are walking in a place, please, what you should think about is the cumulative effect of what you are doing, not your action at a spot. What do I mean by this? Your day-to-day activities. And this is why in the education system, I think about 40 years back, you know, the education system of Nigeria was revitalized to move in tandem with the 6334 system. And in this 6334 system, have something we call continuous assessment, such that the examination of a particular student or pupil is not based on the examination that he writes alone, but through homework, through assignment, class exercises that you do. They form part of your continuous assessment, such that you may even fail exam. When you fail exam and you are good at your continuous assessment, you are good to go. You are good to go. And in the educational system, if it has not changed, the continuous assessment takes about 60%, while the exam takes about 40%. To give space for people who are good, such that if you are actually good and at the examination, for one flaw or the other, you are not able to measure up, you will still fall within the mark. If you are in an association, your day-to-day activity matters. Hillary, age of 4, there are some things that he had been doing, I had been calling his attention. He has refused to change. I would have mentioned them one after the other. But because I have made up my mind to forget all those things, I'm not going to mention them here again. I will speak to him privately on those areas. You know, if you impress the person you are following, what he did before I punished him, he may even do that in 2 times, twice. The gravity of it may even be twice, and I will not even feel he has done anything. Hillary, age of 4, had kept me pensive. He had kept me on an edge, and a little tilting led me into taking the decision that I took. I will speak to him in that area. I will not get into that again because it may scatter things further, which I wouldn't want. Since I have decided to listen to you people, forget about what has happened, for us to forge ahead, I don't think it is necessary for me to get into those things again. I will speak to him one-on-one on those things. But, however, I would like you to listen to me on this issue. The NASDAQ project that he brought, he didn't know. He didn't know. You people that understand English, you normally say it is not all that glisters that is good. Because you just saw the route NASDAQ federal government project, you just move into it without finding out where that program is coming from, what is it intended to do. Is it every federal government project that scales through? Are there not several projects of the federal government that are not working? Because they say, okay, federal government, he is doing this thing. You just bring people that have suffered, the rain has beaten, the sun has beaten, they have climbed the mountains, they have descended into the valley. You just disturb their minds. You just disturb their mind. Hillary, you say things like that. Find out from me. I'm a man of experience. I'm a man of knowledge. I appear on TV and express myself unquestioned. I know a lot of things about Nigeria. For your information, if you would be fair to me. And moreover, being it that it is coming from Engineer Ibrahim Moses Igoche, a close ally of mine. Before you move into it, ask me a question now. And for your information, Engineer Ibrahim Moses Igoche, I got to know him at Tiobat. It was at Tiobat that I got to know him. And about 2022, thereabout. And when Tiobat failed, although there are so many people that are still being deceived by Tiobat, they are still there, singing his praises. Those that the devil has cursed, they are still there. Even Sam, there are so many people that are still promoting Sam. I saw somebody open the same platform about 2 weeks ago. And you know what he was saying? He said people should pay 20,000. And people were still going there. And the person made the mistake by putting me there. And I came there and I asked a question. When will you be tired of duping people? You are coming to tell people about Sam. Do you know Sam more than me? In 2019, if you mention Donald, who is the next person you would mention, and not Reverend Dr. Bartholomew Agbachana? I am no longer in Sam, and you are coming to revive Sam because you want a vehicle through which you can extort money from people. The person immediately evicted me from the platform. Some of you that are in that platform, you can attest to this thing that I'm saying. So after Tioba, I and Igoche, we came up with bailout grant. This was an idea of Igoche. I don't have the time to move into detail about it. The bailout grant didn't go through. From there, Epic came. It was Igoche that introduced me to Epic. Epic has failed. From Epic, Igoche took me to Rex Emmanuel Andwaka, who brought a skill innovation program that Wema Bank was conducting. And that program was championed by the VP of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We went into it. So many of you indicated in this project with Wema Bank. It did not work. From there, we went into Ministry of Agriculture. I went to a Department of Cooperative to gather all the cooperatives together. An app was designed. It failed to work. That is number 4. Number 5, Trustcom Multipurpose Cooperative Society Limited came. It did not work. Number 6, Igoche took me to somebody called Benjamin Aduli, who brought foreign loan, leading to acquiring 40,000 hectares of land for agricultural purposes, of which so many of you did it. That land crashed. 7, from there, local loan. In the local loan, some of you went and registered with 10,000 naira. Some are registered with 60,000. Some registered with 410,000. Some 660,000 naira. And there was even one person who spent 1,260,000 naira. And it was fake. This one now, I said, no, I will not let it lie low. I decided and arrested that man in person of Benjamin Aduli. As I am speaking to you, the case is in court. I went and took a lawyer from my pocket. Because it is too much. Why won't people speak the truth for once? Benjamin Aduli, that is the work he does. That is the work he does, scamming people. It was a gotcha that introduced him to me. So the case is right now in court. You know, this one now, I decided to take the scammer to court where we are presently. I took a lawyer from my pocket, which I am paying, so as to save my name as a gospel preacher and a man of integrity. Yes, there are people who hate me because of the roles I have played in the grant community. Do you know why? I am an orator. When I come up to speak, it's very, very difficult for people not to be moved. Although all this blood is same. I was a subscriber in SEM. And in Tuba, the millions that you spend, I spent the millions. I am not a member of the board of trustees of Tuba. And the money Tuba was collecting, I never knew how it was being spent. Me too. Tuba collected money from me in millions. But people will not look at that. What people were looking at is the confidence they vested on my oratory prowess, and they were disappointed. They visit me with that anger, not minding whether I am a subscriber or not. That was what happened. So this time around, I got mad. Haba, how will Benjamin Abdul still come to dupe my people who are already injured? That was why I took him to court. You know, the case is presently in court. All the evidences of the monies that these people paid, we have tendered them in court, and we have been able to submit 5 witnesses. I have closed my case. It remains him to open his own defense, and this case the court will sit on this case on the 7th of May in Gwagwalada Magistrate Court 4. It is opposite Gifted School, Gwagwalada, as many of you know Gwagwalada. If you come there 9 a.m. on the 7th of May, you will see me there. For as many of you as want to verify, there are some people who are listening to me now. If they hear anything from my mouth, they don't need to verify, because they are already used to me that I don't lie. So if you want to verify this, please come to Magistrate Court 4, opposite Gifted School, Gwagwalada, on the 7th of May 2025. You will see me there. So this is how it is. There was another one that Igoche made me invite the electrifying hitman. I am a Michael from Lagos, which also did not work. I can't remember that again. There are several others. Apart from Igoche, there were other things like last year around October. Was it October? No, November. around November, somebody like a Professor Ogbu from South Africa, they located me. They said I should gather people. That people are coming from America to give money to men of God to help their ministry. I thought it was genuine, not knowing that these people are looking for people to gulp money from. On that day when they came, these people that said that they were coming to help the men of God, they came and they started selling their books. When they started selling their books, one thing started telling me, what are these people? They started selling their books, 30,000, and the rest of them. Are these not the people who say that they are coming to help? What are they doing with 3,000 naira? I have seen a lot of experiences. I have seen, all of you are aware that I'm not a small man in the grant community. Yes, during SEM, from 2018 to 2020, SEM had been on since 2014. Since 2014, SEM had been on. But in 2018 to 2020, I climbed to the apex of SEM, where I became the first chairman of the National Coordinators Forum. After me, it was Elo Mama of Telpecom. After the failure of SEM in 2020, Theobald came, and all of you know the position I occupied in Theobald. Yes, all of you know the position I occupied in Theobald. It came to a point that whenever I would give an announcement in Theobald, so many people will just stop to listen to my voice. In Theobald, when they arrested him, when the EFCC arrested him, you know, I went to the interrogation room with him. All of you know the position I occupied in Theobald. Although I am a subscriber like every other person, but because of my oratory prowess, a lot of people are holding me accountable for the failure of Theobald. I fell victim of all these circumstances because I didn't take time to verify any of the projects before dabbling into them. Forthwith, I made up my mind that I will never get myself involved in any projects without first of all understanding the details, even if the projects are genuine. Yes, because of all these things, I went so deep into Theobald. Whatever Theophilus was doing, I never asked him question. Also Donald. Whatever Donald was doing, I was never asking him any question. I was like a zombie. So also with Theo, I was like a zombie. But after the failure of Theo and several other projects that I and Igoche went into, and they never brought forth any result, I decided within myself that I will never get involved in any project again, even if that project is genuine, without understanding it, without properly understanding it. Talk less of bringing my followers inside. Some followers have left me, and those who are remaining with me, I would like to treat them like an egg. And for your information, those of you in Foda, there are several other informations that have come that I have not let you know. I put them on the test and they failed. If you count them, they are up to 15 that you are not aware. And I am happy that I didn't make you to be aware of it. Because if I had made you to be aware of it, then it would have been adding salt to injury. And forthwith, I decided that nobody will tell me anything and I will believe again without properly understanding the details. And I decided forthwith to embark on my own projects, which I have told you. And I told you that I have started. I have not yet gotten the money, just like people who say they have gotten the money. They have gotten the money. They say next week, next week, next week. Some people have said next week for more than 300 times. And they are prepared to still continue to say next week, next week, next week. They don't know what this next week is causing to some people. It's causing to some people hypertension. You don't know how many people might have died silently without you knowing by being pegged on next week, next week, next week. That does not happen. Me, I am not a next week agent. No, I am not a next week agent. I tell you the truth. If you want to stay with me, stay with me. If you don't want to stay with me, then go to where they will be telling you next week and you are ready to accommodate for as many times as they would tell you. So I made up my mind to pursue my own dreams. I don't mind. If it is 20 years, it will mature. I don't mind. If it is 10 years, it will mature. I don't mind. If it is 5 years, it will mature. Provided I tell my followers the truth. I, who is telling them the truth, I am at rest in my mind. And my followers are at rest in their minds. That is where I am. That is where I am. You know, the NASDAQ thing which my CG brought to our platforms is a move by those who want to eat from Tinubu. Not a program designed to help anybody. For your information, if Tinubu wants to help Nigerians, he knows what to do. He knows what to do. First and foremost, he will go and touch fuel. But he won't go there because he doesn't have the mind to help Nigerians. If he wants to help Nigerians, he will go and touch fuel. Bring fuel down to 500 naira per liter, even if you cannot go to 200 naira per liter. The help will touch every Tom, Dick, and Harry. The one that is saying, okay, is helping Nigeria, like his wife. His wife, Oluremi, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, is advancing on tuberculosis. He said he has the mind to end tuberculosis by 2031 or whatever, I don't know very well. You know, all these politicians, they don't have the mind to help you. All what they go out to do is to make noise, to create spaces for themselves. You see Tinubu, his posters are everywhere now. He has not finished half of the first term, but his posters are everywhere for second term. It is people that are jostling for positions so that they can get what to eat from them. The NASDAQ issue is not designed to help anybody. The scale acquisition. You will see now. Because they went to TVC, TVC broadcasting station, and they gave the news. You feel that, yes, it's genuine. They can give the news there now. But the reality is what we are talking about. The reality is what we are talking about. Do they mean to help Nigerians? So you that you have suffered So skill acquisition is what they are bringing on your table. We are here now, we will see it, whether it is designed to do what they want to do. The NASDAQ MD, he will be trying on his own now to make sure he impresses Tinubu, so that maybe if Tinubu wins second time, he will get a position higher than he is having. That is the rule of the game. That is the rule of the game. It's not intended to help anybody. If you see anybody that is intended to help the masses, nobody tells you before you know. In my language, they said, Eju kianu nenyane oduduma gokoi. You know the meaning? The eye or the face that will lead somebody to the evening, it is in the morning they look at it from. It is in the morning that they look at it from. What happened in Rivers is quite unconstitutional. The declaration of the state of emergency. Yes, majority of Nigerians are condemning it. But do you know that there are so many people that are praising it? Do you know that there are so many people that are applauding it? Those who want to secure a place in Tinubu's heart. In Tinubu's heart. Do you know that some governors are defecting to APC to win positions in Tinubu's heart? That is what is going on. If the NASDAQ boss plays his own role, would you blame him? But what I stand here to tell you is not to make life better for any youth. They are using the youth as a vehicle to advance their own aim. But if you doubt what I am saying, okay, go ahead and let's see. But don't drop the information on my platforms. I am tired of people complaining about me championing a cause, and that cause will not mature. If it is coming from me, then I don't have any problem. But all the things that have come so far, they had come through people else. And why I had fallen victim is that I didn't take time to verify, to investigate, of which I have made up my mind now to do. Before anything hits my platform, it must pass through my verification table. So this should be a lesson for everybody. Don't drop any message on my platforms anyhow. I want my followers to fare well. At least let them have their peace. If you have Bitcoin message and anything to drop on my platform, it must pass through the verification table of the admin. And if you are an admin, something comes, take it to the CG. And CG, something comes to you, let it come to me. And let me approve it before it gets to my platform. So that when I am asked questions, I will know how to defend it. And on the final note, I want everybody to work. And I said I will not mention some of the things that the CG has done, but let me mention this one. The CG is not conducting an oversight function on the platforms. Even the admins that are lazy, he doesn't care. He doesn't even know the admins that are lazy. He dissipates his interests virally. However, further is a large group already. It's a large group already that you bring initiatives. When Shegun was with me, the one that is not the fault of somebody, you will not say it. Shegun was a very hard-working person. He created initiatives. Where he missed it was when he got drunk by Theobald, whom I knew before he was even born. Let me put it like that, hyperbolically. The time he was leaving me to go to Theobald, he felt that in the next 2 weeks, Theobald would pay. But this is 1 year, 6 months, more than 1 year, 6 months. He is where he is. I think he might have changed his language by now. The time I was talking against Theobald and he was coming to defend Theobald, I think by now he must have changed his language. But all of you know that Segun was a man of ideas. When Segun was with me as my commandant general, I was not doing much. Segun was keeping the platforms lively. Who dare you being an admin that you were dormant? Segun will remove you now. But Hillary Ejiofor does not care whether you are active or you are not active. You are just there with the name. That is one of his pitfalls. And I am by this charging him to pick up challenges. What has been keeping my platforms busy most of the times are the messages that I preach. That those who are doggedly loyal to me, if I'm dropping my Sunday message in the next 5 minutes, it is all over the place. I am seeing all these things. Those who are doggedly committed to following, I know you, and you know that I know you. If not that, Hillary Ejiofor, what are you doing to keep the platforms lively? To keep the platforms lively and innovative. You divide your attention. You are on that platform, you are on that platform, you are on that platform. Like what you even told me, you got the information from Bode Davis platform. You are on Fodder and you are on Bode Davis platform. When you know that I am never in tune with Bode David. You know that very well. I don't want to advance the reasons. When you are in so many places, your mind, your interest will be divided. Fodder is a large community already. If you develop it, there are so many things that you can benefit. But if you dissipate your interest here and there, you know, a thing like this can crop in, and before you know it, you are victimized. So I want you to take note of that. There are so many admins that are dormant. Carry is wipe. Carry is wipe. Carry out sanitation. But if this person is an admin, it's an admin. And he does the work of the admin. You don't do all these things. You are just there. You are inact. That is the truth. What I'm saying, all of you, you know it. And those of you who are working, I know you. I don't want to get into mentioning your names. Your names. I know you, and you know that I know you. Let me stop here. Please, let us make Fodder platforms work. Let us make it work. Hillary Ejiofor, I hereby restore you back to your position. But don't disappoint these your subordinates that have pleaded on your behalf. Make them to be proud of you. Thank you so very much for listening to me. Have a very great day.